Allah takhafu wa la tahzanu wa abshiru bil jannah. And be congratulated, feel congratulated of Jannah. Feel the good news of Jannah. Allati kuntum tu'adun. This is such a gorgeous part of the ayah. Allati kuntum tu'adun. I'll spend some time on this ayah. This ayah itself is a world. Really, it's a world by itself. Allati kuntum tu'adun, which you had continuously been promised. Aina wa'adana Allahul Jannah? Fi kitabih. Where did Allah promise us Jannah? In His book. And in the ayah He's saying that the people that are being congratulated, what is said specifically to them is, you used to get congratulated, you used to get promised Jannah all the time. Kuntum tu'adun fihi istimrar. Now the thing is, I already mentioned to you in the same surah, it's no accident, that there were a bunch of irresponsible kuffar who said, don't listen to this Qur'an, make noise when it's recited. But then there's the believer, who morning and evening, he recited Allah's word. He or she found joy in reciting the Qur'an, and listening to Allah's promise. And when you recite a lot of Qur'an, what do you hear about a lot? You hear about Jannah a lot. And you hear about it constantly. You don't just hear it once in a while. Allah doesn't just talk about this home of ours that He's built for us once in a while. He talks about it constantly, constantly, constantly. You know, when people want to buy a house and they're renting an apartment and they're saving money, they talk about buying a house constantly. They talk about their house constantly. When you have enough money to now put money down for a house or buy a house, then you're going around checking neighborhoods constantly. You're on real estate websites constantly, because you can't wait to go to your new home. There's this thing inside the human being, I can't wait to move to that new home. Should we go to this one or that one? Oh, this one's really nice. Did you look at that backyard? Oh, that's amazing. There's a thing. It's in human nature. It's in human nature. We just love having a new home. Even if you are in a home, maybe you bought a new home 5 years ago, it's old now. And what does Allah say? Allah describes the real estate of Jannah constantly in the Qur'an. I'm promising you, I'm promising you, and I tell you, wallahi, when we move to that house, we're not going to want to move. We're not going to want to move. But the idea of this ayah that I'm trying to get across to you and myself, even for myself, the angel comes and says, you were continuously promised Jannah. You were continuously promised in the Qur'an. But if you're not reading the Qur'an regularly, you're not being continuously promised Jannah. If you're not listening to Allah's promise all the time, you're not one of the people that are constantly being promised Jannah. This is talking to those who had a relationship with Allah's word, who didn't make, the kuffar's criticism, Allah says, وَأَلْغَوْ فِيهِ, make noise instead of it, despite it. So people don't hear it. Well, you're not one of those kuffar, but you know what? When you have a multiple choice in your head, on your iPod there's the entire recitation of Quran MP3s, and you've got a little bit of, 25 cent or, a quarter or whatever, some other albums on there too. And you're like, what should I pick? What should I listen to right now in the car? And there's a choice, Then what are you choosing? Are you choosing noise over the Quran? Are you choosing, the news report, the Dow Jones Industrial Average? Is that what you're choosing over the Qur'an? What are you picking? That's a personal question for each and every one of us, myself included. You've got some time to kill at home, let's see what's funny on YouTube. Let's see what's out there, Or are you picking Qur'an? We have to be the people that are constantly exposed to Allah's word, more than anything else. We have to be people of Qur'an. We can't get lazy about Allah's book. And then